All right, all right. I'm asking.
you
I'm
need, you
I'm
need
asking
okay.
you as NBA writer and not Lakers fan. How about that?
No. I know. I honestly, I think with Lonzo, what they're looking for more of a pure point guard. They need someone who's going to distribute the ball, and he has. Lonzo plays with an unselfishness. I mean, yes, his shooting was horrendous last year for a lot of stretches, and he's going to have to work at that. But I mean, he has. I think what Lonzo has is what they need. Yes, Donovan Mitchell, may have. I don't know. You can't really project like what if he would have played this well with the Lakers, or his talent is undeniable.
He fell into
yes,
a role. He fell
it's
into
also
a
a
perfect
situation.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Kuzma, the same thing. Like Kuzma, you knew that he was a guy who worked well in transition. His shot was work on it, and he's got good length, but no one saw him being this high volume of a scorer this early in his career. And he's played 3 of the 4, and he's got a lot. Kuzma got a lot to his game, and he's only first season, and he's already shown a lot. So he's had the right situation to where he's able to show that, hey, I got talent. You got to put me on the floor. It'd be a waste of my talent to not have me on the floor. But I think for the Lakers, I think what they were looking for was a point guard. And Ball, I mean, at this point, it's hard to judge him, but I have to assess what he's going to turn into. But you could tell that he has that unselfishness, that kind of thing where rubs off his teammates and creates more of an unselfish play. What Luke Walton's looking for, and spread the floor, fast break, and he's a good rebounder for his position too, and he's a better defender than what I thought, coming in. I'm not saying he's a stout defender, but he can hold his own, and he's got
he
good length,
definitely improved.
good arm length. But yeah. I mean, looking back, you're gonna you look at the way Mitchell's playing, like, well, what if on the team? But I think Lonzo fits what they need at this point, especially if you're gonna make a big splash this summer. You're trying to make a big splash, and you have a guy who. They're going to come in, like, Lonzo's going to get you the ball. He's going to look for you to get the ball and get you in your spots where you're most efficient at. So I think Lonzo is what they need long term. I think what he fits what they're looking for.
But so speaking of fits and fitting of roles and all that good stuff, J.R. Smith. Yeah, we're back to this.
With a transition.
So, especially transition in shooting and volume. When they won the other day, he was the only other teammate to score 20 points. He's like the first LeBron teammate in the playoffs to drop 20. Yeah. And you got Melo pretty much
sitting at home and helping Paul George move to L.A.
Pretty much like hitchhiking a ride to L.A. And him pretty much saying he's not going to be a role player coming off the bench. I mean, you look at how Westbrook played, you could argue that he's right. But again, if you could have a career or who's just in a better spot.
I knew this was going to come up.
Are you going to still say Melo over JR? Because clearly Melo has the bigger ego. Take out personal life.
But at the same time, you could say the same thing about JR. JR was kind of petty early in the season because he didn't want to give up the starting role for D Wade.
Yep. And that started the whole drama of everything that's unfolded.
Is all this in connect? Is this like the Infinity War of basketball right now?
Yeah.
Westbrook
is Thanos?
Basketball players have egos. You got to feed their egos. I'm not saying JR is a star, but all star players have an ego, and some just project it in different ways. Kawhi has an ego. We're seeing this now.
I'm
not saying it in a bad way.
He's quietly petty.
But, go ahead.
He's quietly petty.
Yeah. Every star player has their pride, their ego that they showed in different ways. But yeah, getting back to what you're saying, I know I've listened to you guys the show after that we weren't able to get on air, but it does come down to who you like, what kind of personality you have. If you're looking for a guy who wants it all, who wants all the shine, you're gonna go with Carmelo. Or if you want JR, more the team player, the guy who you know your role. You're gonna be someone who's gonna play off the star player, someone who's supposed to bring the spark, scoring spark or whatever player you are. and you're going to be in the title picture.
So let's just even break it down simply
like
simpler.
player A, player B.
Okay, so would you rather be J.R. Smith right now, playing in the playoffs still,
to get a second ring,
or would you rather be Carmelo, paid
at a crossroads in your career,
sitting at home?
If I were to choose, okay, I could lean both ways, but I'm going to choose one way.
Yeah, you can only choose one.
If I was in Carmelo's shoes, I would not be so stubborn into being not coming off the bench.
Yeah.
So you would be.
But I think that's what's hurting him right now. That he's just too stubborn to his pride. And if you were to swallow his pride and come off the bench, because I think he'd be one heck of a bench player.
He's
scorer.
literally what they need off the bench.
Yeah, and he could lead that second unit. He can get whatever shot he wants of that second unit because they don't have that depth right
Anybody.
now.
They've never had anybody on a second unit for the Thunder.
Since they got rid of Harden.
They had Harden.
Yeah.
But like realistically, he should have been starting. And again, I think Westbrook was forced to be a point guard at UCLA, and no one ever corrected it. No, Howland made him become he was a 2-guard. It was him and Farmar. Howland made him learn point so he could be better, and they almost beat Florida because of it. And no one ever corrected him and said, "Dude, you're really a 2-guard in the NBA. You're just a shorter 2-guard." And I feel like I think Lillard is more of a 2-guard if we're going to be honest. Yeah. Because you look at how Portland went out.
But that's the way the league is going. Like even
there's true point guards.
Even Mitchell, he's somewhere between a 1 and a 2.
A combo guard, but like some of these cats can get you like Ben Simmons is perfect because he's developing his shot and he already prefers to get people involved. But realistically, it's like, okay, we'll just say he's a point forward.
I think Simmons, he needs to switch hands. If we're being honest,
isn't he actually left-handed or something?
I don't know that for a fact right now.
I thought he was. Yeah, it was weird as a thing in college.
I've seen him shoot his other hand and it looks more smooth.
It's like a thing in college where like I think he's left-handed and he prefers to play right-handed. It's something weird.
Yeah, I think LeBron's left-handed too. So,
yeah,
LeBron's
a lefty.
But I get what you're saying. It's more pushing the player into that mold, and they're not necessarily that mold. But again, like what Pete's saying is that the league now is there's more. The point guard is more of a score first point guard. You don't have the guys like Rajon Rondo. You don't have a lot of those guys in the league, or even
Drew
Ricky
Holiday.
Rubio for the matter of fact. You don't have a lot of guys who are pass first. They're looking to get their own because they need that from the league. Now, the league is not guard oriented. It's more outside perimeter game. The big man is more of a pick and roll situations. There's less dump it off in the post, and it's not the same league it once was. You don't have the same value for, let's say, a Dwight Howard. You don't have the same value for a Marc Gasol playing in the low post, or you don't have even a few years ago Pau Gasol. Like you don't have that same style of play. Now everything's to the outside. You're looking for threes, or you're getting good cuts to the rim, or backdoor layups. You're looking for stuff that's easy. You're not looking for stuff where you have to work for in the low post and then kick it out. Like it's a lot more different. It's a lot different than what it once was. But yeah, there's players you could certainly say that, hey, this guy's really a 2-guard. He's not really a point guard. His passing isn't necessarily what you're looking for in a point guard and traditional point guard.
He doesn't want to pass. He wants to shoot.
Yeah.
All right, Bob. Yeah. So anything else you want to leave us with on the Rams or NBA playoffs before we let you go?
Hidden gems.
I honestly, like, just to answer your question before, I'm still going to take Melo because Hall of Fame you cannot take away from anybody. And Hall of Fame is what that's what you earned. Yes, a championship is it's team oriented. Yes, I would love to win a championship if I was a player, but my legacy is forever going to be cemented. My individual legacy is going to be forever cemented as a Hall of Famer, and there's not many players who have that honor.
So on the record, you're not a team player. No, I'm just playing.
No,
and that's why he's creating his own waves. He's averaging 20 right now.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, like, if I was Melo, I wouldn't be selfish like that. Like, I would, like, swallow my pride at some point and say, hey, you know what? I'm not what I used to be. I'm gonna do what's best for the team. And the latter part of my career, I'm gonna be, hey, you know, I'm looking for the best way I can contribute to a team that's gonna win. So that's the only thing I would do different if I was Melo. But I don't think he's gonna go that route, especially with his comments of the coming off the bench is out of the question. But as far as anything else, you know what? I'm really looking forward to seeing all these storylines from the NFL. You know, you have, you know, Cleveland taking Mayfield, and you know that was a sudden change last minute publicly. You know, even though they've known for weeks. And then I think Sam Darnold's. I think he's going to be what the Jets have been looking for years. I mean,
if they can get talent around him.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing.
Well, we've got Jermaine Kearse, and I don't know what's going to happen with Robbie Anderson, but
you just said Jermaine Kearse.
They got yeah.
That's too close to Jermaine Cole.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good storylines for NFL this year. You know, you have Josh Rosen, you know, who's keeps talking about being petty, but he's you know, like he's got talent. Like, I mean, I wish he was in their division because, you know, like I want, you know, I take that back. More competition, the better. The more meaningful games, you know, the more, I guess, the more exciting games to watch. You don't want to watch.
I think it's going to be crazy to see, like, because we all know how he's kind of is politically, to see him in Arizona.
Yeah.
I just want to see how the fans really kind of
Arizona
embrace him.
has there's issues.
Yeah, exactly. So that would be interesting.
Yeah, no,
because he's very outspoken.
You know, a lot of things he's spoken out about. You know, it's I think a lot of people can agree upon a lot of things he's saying. Maybe not the manner he's stating it, but a lot of things I think most people could agree upon. But yeah, again, there's just a lot of interesting, like even Saquon. Like, I want to see what Saquon does in New York. You know, he's going to get a big bulk of carries. You know, he potentially be the best running back they've had since Tiki. So there's a lot of.
Pete was talking mad trash about Tiki. I'm not letting you get away with it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go about this. You know, you even got like, say like the minor ones, like, you know, you got like, or major ones potentially. You know, you got like, Calvin Ridley going to Atlanta, and he can be, you know, he could learn from Julio, and who knows, maybe they'll have an even more potent duo for, you know, Matt Ryan getting at 150. So you got like, you got a lot of different things, a lot of different ways you can look like at this draft. Like, it's just, you know, like even the Packers got a couple DBs that they've needed desperately for the last couple of years. Like, you know, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, you got Lamar Jackson, who could potentially be a replacement for Joe Flacco.
He is
this year. And yeah, you got. I mean, I can name. You know, you got Rashad Penny, who I think. I mean, maybe he got picked a little too high, but he's one heck of a runner, and he can be their primary tailback for maybe the next several years for Seattle. Like, there's a lot of different things you can take from the draft, and I mean, I can't think of a draft in quite some time where you didn't know exactly what was going to happen.
And I think I think that's kind of what we've taken away from it, is it's both kind of good and bad, just in that exact what you just said. But all right, Bob, thanks for calling in. We appreciate you taking some time to talk with us, breaking down the draft and NBA and all that stuff, man. It's always great to hear from you, and we'll do it again soon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hit me up whenever. You guys got my number, and it's always a pleasure talking to you guys, however long it may be.
All right, man. Peace. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Have a better one.
Yeah, man. So that was Bob Garcia
IV.
Pleasant surprise on the Touchdowns with Tangent show. That's what I was saying before, man. You know, we have great takes, but every once in a while we have some great tangents and conversations about culture, sports, wherever, debate.
You'd rather be a team player than be a mellow. Be a mellow.
That's the title of the show.
Okay.
But
Mellow's trapped in the Soul Stone.
I think the point is if you've never listened to this show, or if you're thinking about sharing this show, I urge you to listen to one full show. And if you don't laugh, I don't know what's wrong with you. But if you laugh one time, you should listen a second time. And if you laugh a second